Yes, off the track brought to you courtesy of Windsor Park Stud, and what a quality lineup of stallions they've got for the coming season 2013. Our guest, another quality guest, it's Kylie Bax. Kylie, we're going to focus on the horses. My first recollection of the horse that your family were involved in was Soleil Rouge, but you had the mother though.
Yes, my father bought the mare from Great Britain, and actually Denby bought her in.
Ron Denby?
Yes, Ron Denby. And I remember I went with my dad to pick her up, and we pulled up with this terrible green float that he'd found somewhere in Thames or something to use. It was just terrible. And we pulled up and...
You were worried about the look then, weren't you?
Oh, I was worried about the look then, come on, Dad. But yes, so Ron was a bit nervous about handing the mare over, but he didn't really have to worry for very long because Dad sent her to Red Tempo and that was the result.
Soleil Rouge. Yeah. Silky red boxes from that family.
Yeah.
There's been a few.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you keep an eye on their families?
Red
I mean, obviously you keep an eye on the families as you go along.
I try to keep an eye. Sometimes they get so big. Polly Soleil's family is just absolutely massive right now.
Yeah.
So she's got a lot of branches coming off, which Dad has done really well with.
See, I like the way you follow your pedigrees. You're into nicks and crosses?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
yeah.
I love my stallions and I love nicking. And
yeah, you're not a Tessio fan?
I have my own way. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Like the
one mare that the stud did buy, Blandford, or you acquired, was Maureen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Outstanding race mare. Mm-hmm. And she produced a horse called Anatomy.
Anatomy, yeah. There's a big story behind that one.
Yeah, what's the big story?
Are you going to tell it or I'm going to tell it?
No, you're going to tell it. You tell it.
Well, she was sold for quite. She did, you know, I promoted that one as well when I was younger. I was still modelling at that point. But yeah, she was sold to some businessman who eventually either jumped or was pushed out of a window in Singapore. So Anatomy ended up back with Peter Vella.
Okay. Oh, that's how. Oh, I see. That's right. I'm with you now. Where it came from. Yeah, that's all right. Listen, with the breeding side of things, Macedonian was another one you bred.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But there was one before that that really started to. It was Better Than Ever.
Mm-hmm.
Better Than Ever.
Oh, I love Better Than Ever.
What was special about Better Than
Ever? First of all, my father was bought the broodmare under. Yes, Dad. That's the one we need to buy because I was in New York doing all the pedigrees by book.
Yeah.
Nicking,
yeah.
And we also bought a mare called Polly's Pocket from the same sort of thing. I was doing all the pedigrees, and I'd say this one you look at, this one you look at, and this one you look at. So that's how we narrowed it down. She Better Than Ever was the Hong Kong champion quite a few times over, and Laurie Laxon was training him.
Yeah, won the Cranji Mile, won the Guineas. He just won them in a row.
Won them in a row. And the only thing that stopped him was he hit a heavy track one time.
Yeah, and this is him. He's running in the Laxon colours and the yellow with the blue star. Is that right? Diamond, should I say?
Yeah.
Is that him sitting out the white cap, sitting second?
He's pretty much a front runner.
Yeah, sits on the speed.
Has a great turn of foot.
See, you know, the interesting thing for me, which I read somewhere, that you used to ring Laurie every week. Is that right? Not quite every week.
No.
I guess Laurie be happy you rang him any time, eh?
Laurie, we were emailing each other because Better Than Ever was doing so well, and Laurie was like, "Come to Singapore." He's going to be paraded in front of everybody to Tina Turner's Better Than Ever.
Yeah.
Simply the best, you know, Better Than Ever, simply the best. So he was idolised over there, and loved. He's very much loved.
You didn't get to go to Singapore though?
No, actually, when I could have gone to Singapore, he actually came back to New Zealand. Better Than Ever came back to New Zealand. He had a bleeding episode, so he came back.
Right.
And that's why, that's when he's been racing around. He actually won Group 2 the other day. You
kept a close eye on them, obviously. As I said to you, the other horse that was Macedonian, a horse by Zabeel. You had a close association, obviously, with Sir Patrick.
Yeah, oh yes. And we're actually partners with Queen of Keros, who is a broodmare at this moment. She's from the Maureen.
Okay.
And so, yeah, we're partners, a few things.
Macedonian won the Sandown Cup. Have you seen this race?
I haven't seen this race.
There you go. You come here, we'll show you everything.
I'm going to sit and watch the race.
You can sit and watch the race. Macedonian winning the 2010 Sandown Cup. Both he and the next horse we're going to talk about, 6 o'clock news, were potential Melbourne Cup horses, I suppose.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it never happened like that, but now, no, he's obviously a great horse. All the Zabeels pretty much shining stars, aren't they?
Just kept running here. Macedonian sweeping up to the Lloyd Williams horse, goes past, and that's the Sandown Cup of 2010. Is that right? What do you think about jumps racing?
I don't like to look.
No, don't like to look. Well, 6 o'clock news was an interesting one because you sold that at the... Well, it got passed in, wasn't it?
I think it was passed in.
At the sales? And then they put us...
All the good ones are passed in.
Yeah, I don't say that. No, that's not true. They put a syndicate together which involved a man called Stewie Hale, who's a character of a man,
yeah.
And your father stayed in.
Yeah, my father, if he believes in his horses, he stays in a lot of them, you know. He's a big supporter of, especially that family.
Yeah, and again, this is the Maureen family, isn't it?
Yeah.
6 o'clock news. Yeah. And the Wellington Cup, have you had an opportunity of seeing this race?
Yeah, oh yeah, are we going to watch the race?
Yeah, we're going to watch the race. So you come in here, we'll just show you races. This show's all about racing.
Fantastic.
This is more than, you know, your normal Howard Stern show, I've got to say. You didn't get to see that there. 6 o'clock news, the Paddy Besutton colours. You formed an association.
Oh, well, yeah, Trent. Oh, I actually had drinks with Trent the other night.
Yeah, he's gone well, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's doing very well.
And we're going to look at another horse that you've got with him very shortly, but there he is with the blinkers. He was a horse that promised much, 6 o'clock news, and some would say he probably didn't quite live up to the promise, albeit he won the Wellington Cup.
Well, he won the Wellington Cup.
That was
enough. How much does a horse have to give?
Yeah, well, have you been to a Wellington Cup?
No. I've been down to Trentham to the racecourse. Can't remember who we were watching there, but yes, I've been there. Not for Wellington Cup.
Did you do many of the? I mean, obviously, time when you're modelling throughout the 90s and the 2000s. Did you get to many race meetings at all? Did you take that time off? No.
Oh, my first race meetings, I have to say, were the Thames race meetings.
Yeah, that was it.
It's fantastic, the Thames race meetings, because they're all
get
picnic.
the mussel fritters, yeah.
Oh, they're picnic. Everybody's sausage sizzles and raffles and this and that, and it was just, you know, I used to go with my dad. And it was just a fantastic time of the year because it's all summertime and, you know, it was hot. It's always hot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a great
What about
carnival.
overseas? Did you manage to take in any of the racing in America?
I went to the Kentucky Derby and I got to call riders up for the Kentucky Oaks.
No. Yeah?
That was a thrill.
I dare say.
Yeah, yeah.
Was that around the time that you bought the property in Kentucky? And
it was past that time. Yeah, it was I had.
So people became aware of your interest in racing over there in America?
It's a very specialised. It's not the same as being in New Zealand. It's a very small community. Everybody knows everybody about the horse industry, and outside of that, but all the people in Kentucky knew that, you know. First of all, they had to find out who the girl was who bought the farm in front of everybody else.
Hey, listen, the last horse we're going to look at here is Hollywood Angel, a horse that Trent trains.
I named that one.
Did you?
Yeah, I named a few of them, actually. But
so you not only do
like that name.
the breeding of them, but you also do the naming of them.
Yeah, I have my say.
Hollywood Angel, this is a horse that you race with a number of people. That's the key, isn't it, running in a syndicate?
Yeah, that's the good fun. I think that's the only way to go, is racing, is get everybody together and enjoy the day, you know. It's a wonderful time when you have a syndicate together and you get to share it with everybody.
Now, is that you in the black colours down the outside, the Blandford Lodge colours?
Blandford Lodge has a big black colours with a star.
Yeah, and that's you right down the outside.
There we go,
Hollywood Angel.
there she goes. I was actually in Australia watching that.
Were you? And the format of this race is very good.
She did a pretty great job. She came from all the way at the back there.
So this is her going to the front. And what's she up to now, currently?
Well, she got joint problems, and then they operated on her, and so hopefully she's getting there. I think Trent's very happy with her right now, the way she's progressing, but we'll see how it goes. Did you know that I modelled with Stephanie Waller, who is Chris Waller's wife, obviously? Yeah. And Paddy, he was apprenticed to Paddy, wasn't he, Chris?
Okay, yes.
Yes, so there you go, there's a connection. Yeah. So, yeah. So all comes about.
You're going to have a horse there. You're going to have a horse with Chris Waller. He's going very well,
Chris has a lot of horses.
Hadn't he got a lot of horses?
Yeah, he does.
Hey, listen, you briefly mentioned the fact, are you looking for a little boutique stud here? Are you going to set up your own place here?
Yeah.
Have you got a place in mind at the stage? We don't want to run the price up.
We've looked at quite a few.
Nothing suits yet?
We haven't found anything just yet. Do
you want to be a bit of land and build it up your way, or buy something that's established?
That's a good question.
Well, thankfully, finally, after an hour, I finally asked a good question.
Finally, it took you so long.
Yeah, I know.
No, I think it just depends, on the property. It's all about the property.
You want in the Waikato, though?
I want around Cambridge, yeah.
Around Cambridge, that's good.
That's
so you're local. You might have you standing for mayor. You'll be hosting this show. You don't want to be driving too far.
I'll be a busy girl.
Yeah, you will be busy. Hey, listen, you did set up one little business, Moro Moro.
Moro.
You
have to get your Greek.
Okay. Yeah.
Going
Slovakis. Yeah. So Moro Moro, Ugg boots. You got made in Canterbury.
Moro means baby.
Baby. Yeah, I knew this. Yeah.
So we developed a line of children's Ugg boots for a while. They're made in Christchurch.
And Spiros did the artwork on them, I read. Mm-hmm. Have they been big sellers?
We sold them in New York and in LA.
Online as well?
Online as well. They were sold in Fred Segal in LA.
Okay.
Any woman will tell you they know who Fred Segal is or what the model is,
Yeah.
And they sold in a really cool little boutique called Babester in New York City. So they're really cool and really trendy and really fun.
Okay. Listen, you come back to New Zealand. I understand NZTR have spoken to you about potentially doing some work for them. How are you placed with that?
Look, anything that myself and my husband can do to help promote the industry, because it's our passion.
Yeah.
You know, so...
And Spiros has come along with you. I mean, I saw him at the Daly Stallion Parade last year.
He's all into it. I mean, as I said, he was in the racing side of things, so he's totally into it. He's got into the breeding side as well now, so he just loves it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I see you on an advert for toilet paper.
Yes, the
sort
fashion
of
tech Kleenex Cottonelle toilet tissue, or toilet paper as I was going to say. It's a competition that they run pretty much every year. And they're making, fashion tech mixes, the contestants make a dress out of toilet paper, which is, they have to design it from scratch. So it's pretty amazing what they come up with.
Okay, so that's going to be your focus. I mean, obviously now you're back in New Zealand. Are the modelling agencies ringing you? Can you do this? Can you do that?
I'm got my fingers in, into everything. I'm still doing modelling. I'm still doing the horse thing. Doing, this is my country. And
this is it.
This is it. This is where
It didn't work in Australia. Snakes no good.
Snakes and spiders, poisonous spiders. I found a big black spider in my washing one day, and that was not thrilling.
So once you get the property here, that's it. Then you're going to put the feet up and say, okay, we've.
No, I'm not going to relax.
No.
No.
How's Spiros getting? I mean, how much work is there for a photographer here in New Zealand?
Well, he's not. He's actually also a judo champion, which you probably didn't know.
Well. Yeah, you don't need your own bodyguard, clearly.
So he has actually got medals and all that sort of stuff. So he's actually wanting to get involved in the Cambridge community and maybe, teach judo to the young kids.
Okay. So be doing that around Cambridge?
Yes, yeah.
Gee whiz, we've a real promo here. Are kids involved in horses? They like horses?
They do. They haven't had much to do with it, but they love going out to see the horses at Blandford, and, they're like big kids.
There she is. Are you going to get them into Pony Club?
That was at Charlotte and Arthur Inglis's place. That was their daughter's pony.
Ah, how cool.
Yeah.
Hey, so listen, are you going to get them into Pony Club? You're going to allow them to do that? See, I would have thought you were at Monty for Pony Club, getting dressed up. No? Are you going to let the kids get into Pony Club?
Possibly, if they want to. I know they have expressed interest in it, for sure.
What about modelling? You're going to allow them to get into modelling?
I don't think they're really interested in that. My middle one, she's very much an actress, so she's probably going to go to do that. Since I can remember, she could laugh and cry at the same time. My older one, she's looking at being a vet.
Okay.
Yeah, so there you go. And I'm not sure about the young one yet.
When you look back on your life, is that going to affect how you allow your... I mean, because your parents gave you a free rein to some extent, allowed you to travel at a young age, to go to New York and everything. Yeah. Are you going to take the same approach?
I think it would
depend. 3 girls.
I think Spiros will be going with them.
I was going to say, any guy sitting there now saying Spiros karate...
No, he's a Greek. He's not going to let them go just willy-nilly all around.
Yeah.
No, I think they'll definitely... Mum and Dad would follow them around the world. Yeah, you need that. I think that, they're European, they're American, they've travelled all over the place, but it's, it's always good to have strong family base. So we'll be supporting them, whatever they decide to do.
And you're breeding from how many mares now?
I lost count.
Yeah?
To tell you the truth. I have
all your horses are here, though?
We have a few brood mares, yes, and a few race horses. Spiros and myself, we bought a beautiful Medaglia d'Oro filly.
Medaglia d'Oro, yeah. We saw him at Daly. Nice horse.
Oh, he's beautiful. Yeah, so we bought a filly from the beginning of the year.
And they tell me you got a half to better than ever?
That's the one.
That's the one, Medaglia d'Oro, yeah? Here it is. Gee, it's a Medaglia d'Oro, isn't it, with the white?
Yeah.
Hey?
Exactly like her daddy.
Yeah. And what's that, a yearling now? Was it?
Yes, she's a yearling, yeah.
Not going to the sales?
Well, we bought her from the sales, so...
You're not going to put her back through any sales? No, you're going to race?
No, yeah.
This is the one. And who's going to train it, Trent?
Well, actually, we're a partnership with Laurie Laxon on that one. So we don't know what's going to happen, where she's going to be.
Well, Kylie, it's been an absolute pleasure. to have you here as part of Off the Track.
It's great to see you again.
Well, it's not. I really wish I'd taken up that job offer of racing manager. It's
I'm going to take your job now, won't you?
Yeah, I tell you
it's
what.
Reverse, it's flip side.
Yeah, it's all coming back to me now. This is probably the worst decision I've ever made. I should have got you on the last show, then it would be the end of the season.
End of the season, then you'd be safe.
Yeah, it would have been safe. Listen, Kylie, it's been an absolute pleasure. Welcome back to New Zealand. I hope it all works out. I hope you find the property, and I hope you become, to some extent, the face of New Zealand racing. We need to
thank you.
lift it. I mean, you see a future in racing in New Zealand? Do you like what you see?
Absolutely. They've got all the, they've got everything there to make it just as big as it was, 20, 30 years ago. And I think I'd like to be out there standing up for the women and, come on, girls, let's get on board. Yeah.
Katie Page, who's Jerry Harvey's, is very much involved in that.
Yeah, well, we're actually got a horse together.
Have you?
Yeah, we're syndicating
name
a horse together. You're the name dropper, not myself. Yeah. We actually also have I actually got involved with a beautiful Alamosa filly. So, so the one with Katie is postponed filly. But we're really on board at pushing the girls. Come on, girls.
Well, I tell you
ladies,
what, if you
get
get
on
the
board.
Girls there, the boys will follow. That's what they say. That's what they say.
Is that true?
I think so. I think that is the case. Kylie, on behalf of everybody, welcome back to New Zealand. All the best, and thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is Off the Track, the first show of the new season. My thanks to Windsor Park, in particular to Kylie Bax.
Off the Track was brought to you by Windsor Park Stud, your first choice for stallions.